Hello and good morning. Joe Justice here, coming to you live on May 26, 2023. It is Friday. That means Feel Good Friday. We are going into the Memorial Day weekend. I hope that you've got some great plans. I hope that you're planning to get outside, enjoy the summer, and have a wonderful time. I am your home gym hustle hero, and I am here to help you every step of the way improve your health, fitness, and achieve your goals. Keeping that in mind, I have my challenge group every Monday and Friday in May. We went live on Zoom online. Anybody can join anytime. Well, not anytime. It was at 7 a.m. But Mondays and Fridays, that was your chance to challenge yourself. And I enjoyed doing it so much in the month of May that I'm going to continue it into June. So go to joejustice.org/join and you can be part of June's event. It's going to be lots of fun. We are going to do a live workout every Monday and every Friday, and you are welcome to join in with me. I hope that you do, and I hope that, let it be part of your regular routine and join along with me. So all week long here, we have been talking about behavioral therapy, kind of cognitive behavioral therapy approach, a behavioral approach to health and fitness, and what that means and what we're talking about in that regard. And yesterday I talked a lot about habits, how habits work, how they're actually a form of stasis, how they're not good or bad. They're more about maintaining the way things are. And when you start to talk about breaking those habits, what you're talking about is disrupting the patterns. Now, it's a little controversial, but there's lots. So addiction is a really complicated subject. So I do not want to simplify this, and do not take from this that there's some kind of quick fix or easy fix. But there's a lot of research that has gone into addiction that shows that they follow the patterns of habits quite a bit, and they become, instantiated in your body in lots of different ways. The most common, of course, that you'll see is it's in the associations, the people that you're around, because they become addicted. And then something happens, maybe they go to some kind of a rehabilitation place, maybe they get thrown in jail, something like that. They become clean, and then when they return to their neighborhood, they get back to the same people that they were with, and then, of course, they get back into using the same drugs. It's really tragic, and it's one of the awful aspects of addiction. Now, there was a research that was done back during the Vietnam War. Of course, there was lots of addiction with the soldiers over at Vietnam, but one of the patterns that was noticed that was really interesting was that most of them didn't carry the addiction when they came back to the States. And there's a lot of researchers that think that it has to do with that habit disruption mechanism. And it makes sense when you think about it. When you're in the military, you're in a situation like that, everything's very routine. It's very, top down. You do certain things at certain times. You have the same thing, that you're around the same people all the time, so forth and so on. So it makes sense that these kind of habits, negative habits, would become, just kind of part of the system. And as soon as you come back to, civilian life, all of that stuff changes to such an extreme degree that it completely disrupts those bad habits. Now, again, like that kind of research kind of controversial because we still don't totally understand addiction. We still don't totally understand, what the solution is to it. But it's just something to consider, something to think about when you're thinking about habits and why you do certain things. Is it the people that you're around? Are they causing it by getting away from certain types of people? Are you going to disrupt those habits? Possibly. By getting away from, certain types of triggers, like where you're going, where you're spending your time at, who you're spending your time with, disrupting those habits. Maybe getting around people that don't have the same hang-ups is going to improve your habits, and or maybe it's not even improving the habit. Maybe what it really is disrupting the negative habits, because the thing that's interesting about habits in that regard is, when you identify something as a bad habit, That's your higher level cognitive abilities making that decision. So you've decided smoking is a bad habit. You've decided that drugs are a bad habit. You've decided that alcohol is a bad habit. Now that's your higher order self has decided that. But your higher order self can't convince your lower order self, that which is, dictated largely by habits, can't just convince your lower order self to just do it, which is really strange when you think about it. It's one of those things, we're so complicated, we think it's so easy. If we could just control ourselves, if we could just say, because we know what we have to do, right? If we could just say, well, no more dessert from now on, because dessert isn't good for me, because it's leading to, spikes in insulin and type 2 diabetes, and there's all this research that shows that sugar is no good for you, so I'm not going to have sugar anymore. And then from then on, you just wouldn't have sugar. But we all know it doesn't work that way. Same thing with addiction. So it's in disrupting. So once your higher order self has established certain habits as ones that you want to break, then you have to figure out how to break them. And really the trick to that is, I really do think it's about disruption. I really do think that the research and some of the stuff on addiction and how people fall back into their negative patterns and how all that works, I really do think it comes down to, it's all about breaking those patterns. It's all about establishing new patterns. And it's in that you can find the solutions to your problems. So my action step for you this weekend, as you're going into Memorial Day weekend and you're thinking about how you're wanting to improve, we're going to have, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you have the opportunity to spend time with family, and you have some great barbecues and cookouts. You get to go to the pool. You get to, go outside and play and spend time with everyone. I hope that you have a wonderful time this Memorial Day weekend. And as you begin to think about how you want to improve your life, think about one small step you can do, one trigger that you can break, one thing that you can do to break the trigger that is causing whatever habit or hang up that you have to manifest itself in your life. Whatever that might be. It might be certain people that you hang around with. It might be something going on at work. It might be something that you do every day at work. Find a way to break those habits. Find the smallest possible step. It could literally, maybe if you're wanting to do more physical activity, it could literally be taking the steps. Taking the steps instead of the elevator at work, that is the smallest possible step, both literally and figuratively, to reaching your goal. So think about that as you move forward this weekend and plan one thing, just one thing. And then on Monday, let's start executing. Maybe on Tuesday, since Memorial Day is Monday. But begin to execute it, and let's begin to make progress. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you can have a chance to join me in June. joejustice.org/join, and let's make June our fun fitness month as we move into the summer. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and bye for now.